Today we're going to make a Christmas grapevine with 3 different types of cedar. One is a plain green and the other 2 are frosted somewhat with some pine cones. Here I'm just cleaning off my desk and cleaning the grapevine. These grapevines came from White Bayou and they didn't require a lot of cleaning or trimming, but just a little bit, a few little leaves. Here's the first type of cedar that I'm going to use, a solid green. And you can see that I'm taking each piece and trimming it up and spreading it out before I start adding it to my grapevine. Make sure that you insert the stem at an angle the way that the grapevine goes, not straight through, because you don't want those stems sticking out the back. So I'm going to start here at the top, and I'm going to make a classic C formation with my greenery, but leave a little bit of grapevine exposed. So you dip it in the glue, you shake it off, and then you add it, and you want it coming up off and down under your grapevine to look more natural. You don't want it stuck right straight to the grapevine. So just more trimming. That takes a lot of time when you have these individual pieces, but you're just laying down a perimeter. And you notice here at the bottom I have some coming down off the grapevine. Again, I think that gives it a more flowy, natural look than sticking right straight to the grapevine. So dip, stick, and arrange how you want it, covering all of the perimeter in that C pattern. Now I've started adding the frosted, and I've gone around over the top of the green, and now I'm starting to add some berries here. Since this doesn't have any ornaments or other things, these berries are going to provide your color. So I really want to distribute them well throughout. And these are frosted berries. You can frost your own, or you can purchase them that way. And I'm just going to make sure that I weave them throughout the greenery. And you notice there I have left a spot for my bow between the upper greenery and berries and the lower greenery and berries. I plan to insert that bow at about 10:30 or 11 o'clock if you view the grapevine as a clock. So just shaping and adding berries all throughout over the greenery that the three types of greenery that I've got there. And now I've created a stacked bow. I believe there are 4 to 5 loops in graduated sizes on each side. I've got a piece of bind wire that I've put through the zip tie, and that's how I plan to attach this stacked bow to this grapevine. I've also added a large bell there, and I attached it with zip ties. I tied one zip tie around the rope and then one through the other zip tie and attached it to the upper grapevine. Now I am weaving my bind wire through the grapevine. And if you can't just stick it through, I take a pair of medical hemostats and clip the end of the bind wire and then poke it through the grapevine and pull it out the other side. I don't like going around the grapevine. And so it's just a process of getting that through. And pulling my loops straight, finding a spot to go through the grapevine with the other end of the bind wire and pulling it through. And then I like to wrap that bind wire each end around the other about 5 loops so that it's not going anywhere. Okay, so that's looking good. Now I'm pulling off any glue strings that I see, and I'm really working with that bow, kind of bossing it around, getting it into the shape that I wanted. I pulled some of those loops apart. I still like that stacked look, that vertical look on the bows I've been doing a lot of this season, and so now I'm just taking my ribbon scissors and trimming up the ends of the ribbon to make those so that the ends won't fray. And again, just shaping that bow and pulling it apart. All right, I see a hole above the bow now where you can see the grapevine, so I'm just starting to trim off another piece of frosted greenery and sticking it above the bow to cover up the bald spot I see. And that's why you want to keep a few pieces of your greenery aside so that you can fill in any holes that you see here at the end. And you want that bow to look like it's kind of coming up out of the greenery. You don't want any gaps like that, so that's what I'm doing there. And then I'm just taming my tails there, pulling them down. And I will take 2 fingers and pull those ribbon loops down so that they're straight. And I'm taking some of the frosted greenery that I have and trimming it up and adding it to the hole that I see. You want your bow well supported by greenery, not lying flat on the grapevine. So that's what I'm doing over there, giving it something to kind of support that bow. Take those 2 fingers and pull those loops down, and that will give you a nice smooth tail. And now I'll show you how long the stem is on these berries that I have to trim off. You don't want, if you stuck that in there, it'd be sticking out the back. So you want to trim it off with your wire cutters and just weave berries throughout that greenery so that you get some color in there. This is going to give me a nice classic Christmas design with the 3 types of cedar, the frosted berries throughout, the big, large brass bell, and then the buffalo plaid ribbon, classic. I see some holes on the top where I want to add some more berries, gluing those in with my hot glue. And usually I'm not finished with a wreath. When I finish, I look at it, take a few pictures of it, looking for holes or gaps that my naked eye can't see. Sometimes I can see better with the camera. And so you need to allow yourself an extra day or at least a few hours to kind of, I call it staring at my wreath before you take your final pictures and list it. The client that received this wreath could not believe how much prettier and fuller and more lush that this wreath is in person versus, the flat pictures that she saw on Etsy. She happened to be a local customer, and so I got to hand deliver it to her door, so that's always a lot of fun. And I love getting feedback on wreaths because I do think they're much prettier in person than a flat picture can possibly do, and I really enjoy making these grapevine wreaths. All right, some last minute berries, because I want nice color on this wreath. I want this nice and full. So I really am spreading those cedar leaves apart and getting down in the grapevine with my berries. I see another piece of ribbon that needs some trim, so I go in there with my ribbon scissors, and now I'm just going to fluff that bow. I generally take 2 fingers and go in each loop and spread those apart so that they're nice and puffy. And the other thing I do before shipping or delivering, I put tissue paper in each loop of my bow to show the client how to store that for the future. You want these wreaths, you invest, your hard-earned money into them, and so you want them to last.